guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk? And I'll add spinach and ginger. And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos? One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.
What I call, but once we commit, we commit.
And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton, Alberta. It's the Saville Shootout. Very happy to have you here on Curling Stadium on the Stadium Sports Network. We had this matchup today between Kaitlyn Laws of Winnipeg versus Taylor Reese Hansen from Victoria. Dave Schmel, joined by Jim Nix. And Jim, how you doing today, my friend? Long time no talk.
Yeah, it has been, Dave. It's I'm doing fine. It's really excited about getting the season started here. It's since I don't curl well enough to get excited on the ice anymore. It's nice to be involved in this, and looking forward to doing this one with you. It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely, Jim. And so you've been working out earlier through the day, and you mentioned that both of these teams are 1-0.
Yeah, they are. They both had big wins in their first game, and I'm not very familiar with the Taylor Reese Hansen team. I just know a little bit from finding out from Connor there that they were on Next Gen last year, the U25 category. But that's about all I know about that team. And you know, Kaitlyn Laws, everybody knows Kaitlyn Laws, and they've had a change in how they're handling their lineup this year. So that'll be exciting to see. It's a really good team on paper. A lot of good players on this team. It should be able to put something together, but they're a little further down the rankings than I would have expected to see them.
Yeah, there's currently standing number 22 in the world, and Reese Hansen's at number 39. So I took a liberty of looking at some of their season recap. They had, of course, the U25 Next Gen champions. They made the playoffs in 7 of their 9 events, and they also had other fun facts that they mentioned about their season, but we'll save that for fun fact time.
Okay.
So we have Kaitlyn Laws and their team throwing the red stones. Reese Hansen has a hammer, throwing the yellow in the first 10.
Yeah, and the first thing we notice is a sweeper on this shot. Kaitlyn Laws is on a broom this year, at least for now, with Selena Negevin calling the game, still throwing third stones. Kaitlyn Laws will still throw the skips rocks, but Selena now calling the game. We'll see how that goes for them.
And only 3 on the ice right now. I don't know if that's all weekend or just at this particular moment. We'll figure that out and figure out who's actually throwing what in just a minute.
Yeah, I don't see Jocelyn Peterman right now. Anyway.
So here is Juliana McKenzie, the lead for Team Reese Hansen. Rushers are Kim Bonella the second and Megan McGilvery. Hit and stick made, no problem.
Yeah, Selena's going to go right around this. There we go. We've got 4 players now.
There we go. We just had a quick interlude for Jocelyn. She is back with us on the ice now. Kaitlyn Laws on the brush here.
Yeah, it's not like the old days. I guess I'm going quite a way back into the old days when, you know, you'd shudder if all of a sudden your skip had to start sweeping in a game. It'd be like, this just can't do that. But nowadays, everybody's in such good shape compared to the old days, if you will, that skips can manage to go up and down the ice pretty good, most of them anyways.
Yeah, things have certainly changed. I mean, of course, you know, now since you started curling, Jim, now we're using actual granite stones as opposed to petrified cow excrement.
Yeah, right out of the forest in Germany or something. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's been a while, that's for sure.
What did you use for a handle on that back in the old days?
Yeah, I think it was just like a chip, like a tusk chip or something like that they got somewhere. You know, it was sneak it by here, and they will. Great shot.
Oh, they just squeezed by. And roll out a little bit in the open, but they do manage to kill that stone, and they lie one with the hammer.
Yeah, an interesting story about handles. Here we're going to see this repeat again. The girls are working really hard on this. They had to go pretty well all the way to sneak it by, and they will get it by. Well done. Yeah, we had a fire in our curling club back in 1989. The club burnt down, and we'll call this shot, and then I'll tell you the rest of the story.
Well, this rock is on the move. They're going to get the hit. Probably going to roll over just a little bit too far. Does pop all the way out in the open, but they will lie shot stone.
Yeah, good shot. Maybe just a hair down on the weight, but anyway, yeah, we had a fire, so all the curling stones were in the arena. We had the not these handles back then, the metal handles with just the one piece of plastic on the top of it. So the stones looked like they were okay actually when the fire and everything burnt to a crisp, but stones were all on the ice. But you went to pick them up, and when you picked them up by the handle, the rocks just split in half. It was just from the heat. I just didn't. I never would have thought that was the case. So anyway,
Well,
it's interesting.
A very similar thing happened down in the U.S. at the Norfolk Curling Club in Norfolk, Connecticut. Beautiful the facility suffered an arson.
Oh, wow.
And it was burned to the ground, and the stones, as you mentioned in your story, were perfectly intact. But when the fire company showed up and started spraying water, as soon as the water from the fire hose hit the stones exploded.
Wow. Yeah.
And credit to all the member clubs of the Grand National Curling Club, the regional organization. They all came together and put together money because they were relatively underinsured. And all the members clubs of the GNCC rebuilt a brand new two-sheeter for them.
Well, it's nice story.
And in the mantle of the fireplace are the actual old stones.
Oh, well.
In set. It's really a kind of a neat thing, and it's a good story, and they're all really good folks. And
Yeah.
it's happy when a tragic thing has a happy ending, for sure.
Yeah.
So all kidding aside, we're looking to stick one under here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's going under. She's just trying to split these, maybe. Split them up a little bit.
Well, a split's not a bad call for sure, Jim. Definitely not going to do that, though.
No. I have to believe with that weight that at least they were going to play the split. I think. I'm not sure. Yeah.
I'd agree with you. I definitely think that was the intention of that shot. They tried to carve it over, but to no avail. So now wide open for Team Laws to bring it in there. And now we see Slayan Negevin throwing third. Kaitlyn Laws holding the broom for her.
Just trying to sort out hammer here. Who does have hammer? Looks like maybe Reese Hansen has hammer.
That would be correct.
Okay. This one's not going to be helpful.
That doesn't do a whole lot, buddy.
No, not sure what she's looking at that. I'm playing the outturn come around if it's me. I know you got hammer and you don't necessarily always want to play in that part of the sheet, but heck. Actually, you don't have hammer, do you? So you got 1, 2, 3, 5 yellows and 5 reds. So Reese Hansen's yellow. Let's play the split again. Doesn't come the other way. think there's too many rocks on the sheet, Dave. I really do. Counting rocks and trying to figure it out, but we'll work it out here eventually.
Well, that happened to me earlier in the day. I'm actually bonspieling myself this weekend.
Yeah.
And looked down the ice at one point, and I'm throwing third on our team. And I saw what should have been one of my stones arrive in the rings, and looked, sure as anything, the sheet next door stole one of our stones.
Oh, go ahead. Well, what I know for sure is Reese Hansen hasn't quite got that split figured out. They just...
Now, that's been a couple
yeah.
tries at that, and that just hasn't worked out quite yet. Given Laws a lot of runway here to try to put some pressure on.
Yeah.
So here's Selena with her second. This one seems to have plenty of weight. They're just going to try to bring it over just a skosh.
This is going to be good.
And that stops right top four. Great execution right there.
These guys are intent on making the shot.
Yeah. They really want to throw this split, don't they?
They do. Yeah, they do.
Now they're talking about the chase. I don't mind the chase.
No, I don't mind it either.
Although, I think it's just starting to get ugly for you. I almost like just blowing it up at this point.
Yeah, you've only got, you got 3 rocks to come?
Yeah.
I guess.
Just for the simple reason that you've attempted the split a couple times in a row now.
Yeah.
You missed it a couple times, so you're not 1,000% dialed in on the ice at this exact moment. I'm sure they're going to get there.
Yeah. Well,
but
I'm not sure, yeah.
But I would certainly probably lean towards a more cautious approach.
Yeah, first in, it's if you don't make this, miss it the wrong way or something, you could find yourself looking at 2, and it would be not a bad idea to play the front one, I think. Going to get it anyways by the look of it.
Trying for the split, trying to work it by. They just squeezed by. Push it on, but they had the weight for the split, so they're going to bring it all the way out. It does hang around in the back, but way wide open. Still leaves Team Laws buried with one behind a relatively long guard.
Yeah.
Electing to just sit down there, and I don't think that that's a biter. What do you think, Jim?
I don't think so, no.
I'd like to thank the third member of our team, Connor Sims, who's doing our production work this evening.
I'm doing everything, Dave.
He is doing everything. He's running the board. He's moving the cameras. We got to get that man a raise.
Telling you.
Selecting just to come around and make the pile a little bit heavier.
Yeah, that was the, I don't know. I guess if they don't make that, they could have put you in a position where you had to hit if you were Laws, I suppose. If they were sitting 2-3, she might decide to hit, but it's so well buried that a pretty good chance you come in here and just bite the top of the 8-foot, or even just sit right on your own if the line's right, and you'll be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, if you sit right on your own right here, there's not really a double available. So on the way from Kaitlyn Laws, her first of 2 here in the opening end. This one needs to come over.
The last one broke in there pretty hard, so they might be able to get it there. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but it's right on top, and you don't see a whole lot of it, so.
Reese Hansen had a good plan here for the last 3 or 4 shots. I'm not sure what she was thinking, but she's in some trouble now.
Certainly is. I mean, they really seemed hyper-focused on making that split early in the end. And those chickens are coming home to roost right now.
Yeah, I think if, she's got quite a bit of room by that guard. When you look at the overhead, it looks like you've got quite a bit of space there. It's so you can get in there. If you can get it in there and remove the back heat red and even leave Kaitlyn sitting shot rock, you're probably going to sit 2-3, and she's probably going to play you one of yours. I don't imagine she's going to leave multiple rocks around, but you got to make this one. You got to make something with this for sure. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time scoring.
Yeah, this is not starting to look good if you're throwing Yellowstones.
No, not at all.
So trying to dig it out here, and you're never going to kill them both. You're just trying to loosen up the pile some and leave yourself something. First at 2 for Taylor Reese Hansen.
Going to get a bye.
It's going to wick the guard. And that's really not a tremendously terrible outcome because you know the center guard's coming back right now.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a draw to the 4 in the first end against 2, which you certainly don't want, but at least you're going to have it.
Yeah. Yeah, I really believe that they got locked in on the split call, and I don't know if I really love that call either time, but at that point, I think rather than play that, just get rid of that guard and you have hammer and try to work it out from there. But anyway, they're here, so they've got to play with what they got now.
So Kaitlyn Laws doing just about every skip's favorite shot, throwing a guard with their last. Her final of the opening end.
There's a lot of good throwers of the curling stone here, but I always saw Kaitlyn Laws as one of the best deliveries that I see anywhere. So
this is tracking over nicely. Needs to find the breaks though. Did it over curl? I think it's okay.
Yeah, it over curled a little bit in the sense that she can get to your top one, but she can't do much with it. She's going to give you a point if she plays that. So looks like she will go out and play the draw.
So the force is on. Going to take the wide in turn.
This would be no gimme, Dave, in the first end. It's her first shot was sort of a kind of a lightweight tap, and now you're going out into quite a ways out there and into a little bit of new ice probably, and trying to find draw weight out here. Not going to be easy.
Yeah, certainly not an easy shot. Not the one that you wanted for your first Hammerstone.
No, not at all. No.
But that's where they're at.
Yeah. What I've seen of ice today is that this is probably just barely enough ice. Ice has moved pretty good all day. I only managed to get first game. I only got half it in because I had some technical difficulties for about an hour and 15 minutes. But second game we saw it all, including extra inning. Or not an extra was in the first game, I guess. But anyway, lots of curl out here at the Saville Center.
Well, final stone in the first end, facing 2, Taylor Reese Hansen. Needs the 4-foot. They're happy for the weight. The line is fine. Just going to make sure you park it there. Settle down, sit down. You got it, no problem. She gets her single, takes that early advantage. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
So a dollar store in Canada. So that's like, and welcome back to the Saville Community Sports Center. It's the second end of action. It was a single point for Taylor Reese Hansen in end number 1. First time for Hammer for Team Laws. Throwing the Redstones here. Dave Schmel joined by Jim Nix. Very happy to have you joining us here for a fresh season of curling on Curling Stadium and the Stadium Sports Network. And if you're joining us and have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's really easy. You just click it. It's easy. Give us a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything. And you're not going to miss any of your action. We have searchable databases for all your favorite teams. You can be up on all the action. Even if you're really zoned into another spiel someplace else, catch up with us after that one's over. So we got the high guard and we got a biter.
Yep.
And that was a great draw by Taylor Reese Hansen there in the first.
Yeah, it sure was. Oh, nice timing. Thanks for that, Connor. So you'll see this here. The girls managed this really, really well. There's just no panic at all. And they know they have to get fairly tight to that top one just to be able to get a shot rock. And a piece of made it look awful easy. It wasn't that easy. Great shot.
And back here live, it's Juliana McKenzie with her second stone. Sorry. Kim Bonneau, this is the second, rather.
Not quite get there.
Just a little bit short, so now the wraparound is very much in order with those staggered guards up front. And once again, it's a lineup change, very recent lineup change. So Slayan Negavan is calling the game, holding the broom. And Kaitlyn Laws is still throwing the last stones. Just a bit of a shakeup. And Jim, so what brings about that kind of change? Obviously, that has to be a process with the team to do that.
Yeah, it's it is a different change. It is a big change for sure, no question about it. And sometimes teams just think like, we just don't seem to be developing ends the way we should develop them, and so we're looking for a little bit of a mix there. Sometimes the other side of that is that the skip themselves just loses a little bit of confidence in how they're calling the game and what's going on, and so they just want to get out because it just gets to be a little too hard on the head sometimes after. When your team's not performing the way they think they should perform. And does it have anything to do with the house? Sometimes it doesn't. It's just like, well, we got to do something, guys. We got to kind of shake this up a little bit. And I'm just struggling in here a little bit, just feeling good about what I'm doing and how I'm calling the game. So just get out of there for a little while. I don't know what drove these guys to that. It'd be interesting to hear from them someday to see what precipitated this change. But definitely big. And it's not, Kaitlyn's certainly more than good enough to keep throwing those skips rocks. So that's the one thing they didn't want to change. When you're sitting at 22 in the world and you probably figure you're stronger than that, and you're not looking to change players, then that maybe is the one option that was out there.
I mean, and both players are certainly accomplished enough as skips in their own right. So it's not something that's out of the box that much, but it's certainly a change.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So you have shot stone for Team Laws. Right there, biting top 4. And a whole mess of everything, and they're going to take a look at this.
Yeah. And, you know, Dave, it might be something they try for a spiel or two and then just decide, you know what, this kind of thing might be happening too much. You know, when you have, you know, I'm not saying they shouldn't be down there now, but it's only the second end of a game, and now you've got your second stone down there to have a chat, and your fourth thrower down there to have a chat, and it's you know, that's a lot of discussion for this part of the game. So it might just get a little too messy for them, and they decide, no, you know what, this isn't working. Let's go back the other way.
Yeah, a lot of discussion going on.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see at the end of all that they're going to try to open something up here. Even though they have shot rock, they're just looking at something that could get a little too messy for them.
They get the peel, they open up that front. So, well, we know how this story goes. Peel guard's usually coming right back.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't see that working really well, unless I'm missing something here.
Yeah, so she...
Looking at hitting yellow on red, I guess. It's possible, but I don't know that you're going to be sitting all that good when it's all done, even if you make it.
Yeah, I mean, they're referencing this slash here, and yeah, going that red, yellow, I don't know how this helps you throwing red rocks right now.
I don't either. Not doing much with this. Must be a little...
That's just a bit wide. Now, you raised your opponent's rock well under the 12-foot, and now shot stone is wide open. See 7/8 of it for sure.
Yeah, I think they're fortunate to, in my opinion, they're a little bit fortunate to end up as good as it did. You know, if that yellow one goes a little bit more and just another 6 inches or so, then they're in trouble. And they sort of got it enough behind that it's not real easy to get open. I don't really understand that shot. That's a nice throw.
Yeah, so that hit and roll is made, and Team Laws sits 1-2. You throw a good enough rock here, Jim. Do you think you make both those reds go?
Yeah, I think you can, although, okay, now it looks like they're playing kind of a normal weight. At first, when I didn't understand when she went in, sort of drew a line along the center line, I thought, what kind of weight are you thinking about playing here? But she's throwing a hit at it, so yeah, both rocks could go here for sure.
So it's Megan's first stone. Third rock thrower. They're trying to walk it over a little bit. Get the one, hit it, make contact. Does it go out the side door? Yes, you do. Fantastic shot by Megan McGilvery.
Yeah, you're going to see it here. They just did it just about perfect. I didn't know for sure that you were going to get that one out the side, but you heard Dave call it, and it was out there by just a bit. Anyway, fantastic shot though. They needed that because they were looking on the verge of giving up a 2 here at least, and now they can probably make a couple shots and force loss to take one or blank.
So now we might be on the hit parade for just a minute here. Hit the one, roll on over, hang on to a piece. Still biting in there, and has about, what, 3/4 of the rings?
Yeah.
They're going to take it on. Team Reese Hansen seems content with allowing the blank to occur.
Yeah.
And since we have a blank end coming, Jimmer, it is time for Fun Facts.
Okay.
First installment of the year. So Team Reese Hansen was nice enough on their Facebook page to put up a season recap. So they had some notable statistics. Of course, they put up their curling related statistics, but also some fun stuff. During the course of last season, that's a nice hit and roll. Can they get it all the way under? Oh, only just a hair. So going to get another hit and roll open. They spotted 11 whales last season. And probably more importantly, visited 7 new breweries. And in what I thought was the most eclectic fun fact that they provided, they consumed 12 containers of Costco queso dip.
All right, I don't know what that is exactly, but
I'm assuming it's some cheese-like product.
yeah. Well, that's interesting. I don't know when you decided you were going to start counting all that stuff, but maybe they just knew that they wanted to have some fun facts available later. So
Right. It's not just that you ate it. It's that the fact that you know that you ate 12 of them during a season. When I saw that, I absolutely cracked up. I wrote it down on my notes immediately.
yeah.
So we're just trading hits right here. We're going to have Taylor Reese Hansen.
She has a chance here to make that little flop and behind the guard and put a little heat on the Law squad.
Oh, a good shot would certainly put the heat on. Her first of 2 is on the way. They're going to get the hit. Just a hair of a roll, but not really enough.
Just enough to make sure that that Laws couldn't make the roll either. So
yeah, so it's, yeah, of course, because it's a little bit better than edge on edge. So Laws is going to be open after this. You see, they added some more ice there. Burn went down initially right on the center line. Decided to take a little bit more.
yeah, I like the little extra there. You just don't have to throw it too hard and make sure you stay around. At least you definitely don't want to roll out here. Be interesting if you did though, because Reese Hansen might play the split.
So Kaitlyn Laws with her first here in the second.
Waving it off a little bit here. She might have just in out of that just a hair, but she should be okay with that weight.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming over nice, and they make the hit, flop open to the 8-foot circle. Eli's shot over there. Looks like they burned that guard a little bit and moved it back where it was.
Yeah, just moved it. Just bumped it a little, I guess, on the way by. But
Don't think they bumped it as much as they moved it back.
it shouldn't really come into play anyway. But
No, it shouldn't.
I don't know if a person here would ever think about going for the really big roll here and maybe force Kaitlyn to take one if you could make a perfect roll, but it would be difficult.
That's a huge shot if you make it. I mean, to make a roll that would be effective, you're going to throw a butt ton of weight.
Yeah.
So Reese Hansen, the hand goes up right away from the brushers. They think this is hot.
Yeah,
And apparently it's wide too. We're trying to carve it over. They're going to catch a piece. Going to roll on out. And we are looking at a blank end upcoming. So you mentioned earlier on that first shot about the weight choice, Jim. I think I agree with you. They chose to take a little bit more ice, bring the weight down, and really give them more control over the shot.
Yeah, I think it's especially there where you don't want to be too fine to that top one anyway, so give yourself a little bit more room to work. And the ice curl's nice, so you don't have to be perfect with the weight, just that way it would talk. Sometimes you don't take enough ice and you just overthrow a little bit, and you don't need to overthrow there. So.
And that final stone goes right on through the rings. They're going to watch how that line goes. And Laws will still have the hammer when we come back to the third end. From Saville, you're watching Curling Stadium.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Blister juice, freshly made your way.
Said, well, they could go for the split.
I know, I wondered if you did the same thing.
No, I viewed it because I was left my hand. I didn't want to be mean because it felt like we picked up it a little bit. Too much. Yeah. Well, no, I felt like at that moment.
Never play it even around version but you get both on anyways. But
And welcome back. It's end number 3 here from the Saville Shootout from the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton, Alberta, located on the campus of the U of A. Great curling program they have at the U of A, Jim.
oh, do they ever? I was saying this morning, I said I think every curler under the age of 30 in Alberta came through the University of Alberta curling program, because there's a lot of teams out there that are wearing the Golden Bears on their outfits, and they're just solid players. They've got Rob Krebs works with them out of the school there. He's met Rob bit down here when he lived in the East Coast, and he's been around a long time coach and organizer of that program, and just really, really good talent, knows the game, knows how to teach people. So yeah, it's very impressive. I don't know if they use, I suspect they maybe even have some scholarship programs at U of Saville for curlers since.
Oh, they certainly do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and there's not many that do, so it's nice.
So we have the halfway center guard, one undercover for Laws. Team Laws still has Hammer. Here in the third end, second game for each of these teams. Both teams 1-0 at this point.
Keepers indicated that might be down a little bit, but looks okay.
Yeah, they're just looking to come on down, give this one a love tap. They tap it back, and right on out of there. So Negavan's going to call the hit and roll open.
Yeah, it got a little messy at times in the first and second ends, and it seems like Selena particularly is maybe just trying to let's try to just say a little less cluttered here for an end or so and figure things out.
Definitely times where both squads have got a little more scary than I think they would have liked.
Yeah.
So this is opening up at least as a much more open end. And this is second. Megan McGilvery. This one's out just a touch. Can get the hit, and they do hang on the top. Just halfway in now. You see Selena checking there to see if they could nose it and be shot. And I think they'd be off the rings if they were to do that.
Yeah, they'd certainly be awfully close anyways. It's interesting, Dave, just watching the front end sweeping that last shot. I'm not sure if it was the front end, but anyway, the sweepers on the last shot for Reese Hansen. It was just made me think about, and I mentioned this earlier during one of our games, that with the change in for the competitive teams, particularly with the change of what they're allowed to use and what they're not allowed to use and what the suppliers are allowed to make and everything else, it's going to be interesting to see if to us as spectators we notice any difference at all or not, and secondly, how much of a difference the curlers see. I think the curlers themselves will definitely have a comment on and will notice the changes a lot. I'm not so sure that we would notice it on this end, but
no, I definitely agree with you, Jim. It's going to be interesting to see how the new standards play out. I mean, I guess we're at Broomgate 2.0, 3.0. Yeah. I've lost count.
Yeah, no, I know. Me too.
We're talking about sweeping again, and this one needs to be swept because, ooh,
boy,
that just took off. That must have been inside right off the jump. It's a big opportunity here.
Yeah, for sure. Just inside or light. I'm not sure which on that, but maybe a little bit of both. But big miss, open hit miss, and halfway through the end here could lead to a chance for Laws to score a couple.
Yeah, so Negavan's going to draw top four here, it looks like. And they'll be line two, and it'll be an uphill battle for Taylor Reese Hansen. Hailing from Victoria, British Columbia. Victoria, British Columbia is the known to most people in the United States as the place where your cruise ship stops when you cruise to Alaska.
Okay.
You always have a port call in Victoria. There's a very specific reason for that, but this sounds too interesting to share that.
Okay.
Basically, there is a statute called the Jones Act that requires ships that sail from U.S. ports back to U.S. ports to visit a distant foreign port if they're going to be foreign flagged. Otherwise, it has to be a U.S. flagged and crewed ship, which carries, of course, far more significant costs because many cruise ships are flagged in countries like Panama or the Bahamas, where they have a lot more, shall we say, leeway with what they compensate their employees.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know, the second part of that. So I knew I always assumed it was a tax thing or something that as far as where they have the ships, whatever, home port or whatever they call it, but that's what I kind of thought it was. But yeah, it's interesting. Very good shot there. Very aggressive shot. Reese Hansen in some trouble, but yeah. Sorry.
No. It certainly is a great shot, and with that great shot, there's an opportunity for Selena to really put the pressure on hard, so she can get this dig.
Yeah, pick this out and just roll open even, and you're going to be probably going to force Reese Hansen to do something more than come around again. But this looks really good.
They make that shot. They do lie 1, 2, and 3.
Well, if there's a good thing here, if you play the hit and roll, and you might make the hit and roll behind the shooter, make the double rather, and the hit and roll all in one shot. But if you don't, you might get either or, and both would be good if you can at least eliminate a couple of rocks if you don't get buried. So I don't know for sure. I assume that she's playing that hit on that, Dave. It's just an odd place to have the broom. But she can't be doing anything else, I don't think. There's not enough ice to draw, so.
Well, they had a couple shots, coming down this same turn where they were trying to carve the stone, so maybe they think that's just tracking a little bit straighter on this side?
Maybe, but it's going to be a hit. It's just really strange to see the broom held behind the rock like that. It's usually put out in front of the stone for the throw or so.
On this one all day, they're going to get the hit and roll right on out and right on by. So Team Laws still sits too.
Yeah, not a great result for Reese Hansen for sure. But you got to put this in the right place, though. Definitely be above the tee line, and above the tee line and 2/3 buried, or even all the way buried, is probably a pretty good shot. Anything behind the tee line is not good here.
So, if you had to pick a depth, Jim, what's your ideal depth for this shot?
I'm going top 4 to full 4. You can be higher, and if you're higher and buried, you're probably going to force her to draw at that point. But I think I'd rather be in the 4-foot area. She probably follows you down and freezes to you and gives you the draw for 2. So 2's fine though. You're never really playing for 3 or 4, not very often, anyways.
So here's Laws with her first. Looking to get this draw to come around here and hit the 4-foot a little bit. Working it hard. They're trying to drag it as far as they can. Line's great. Needs to stop right there at the top of the tee line.
Yeah, a really good shot. I don't, if you could make it perfect, I don't know that you want to go quite that deep, but because now if Reese Hansen does make the same shot you just threw, you haven't got much room to get that second point.
Right, absolutely. The call here all day is just to follow down and lock on, put the force on, and if they can draw the side of the button, God bless them.
Yeah. It was difficult there because they were trying to get it to curl and without sweeping it all that far, but so you were kind of stuck. You could have come off it a little tiny bit sooner and let it just kind of fudge up or whatever, and this they wouldn't have been fully buried, but you still probably would have had to play the same shot. But that's tough. I mean, they did a pretty good job, pretty good throw, and Reese Hansen has to be perfect here or she's going to give up 3 or 4. So
absolutely, as you said, a huge pressure shot here for Taylor Reese Hansen, her final stone in the third.
it's pretty good.
Just needs to settle on in and lock on, and that is welded with a acetylene torch.
Yeah, she's only the third in. She's made a couple of big shots here. Sweepers again did a great job on this one. Just you don't want to bounce it at all, and just perfectly judged all the way down. Great shot.
Yeah, we see some key shots already from Taylor Reese Hansen.
Yeah.
So now, as we mentioned, it's going to be Kaitlyn Laws. She needs a piece of the button, basically, to get her dues.
And it was a good example of how, by taking that rock in as far as they did, and again, they might have had to, but by taking it in that far, if you force the other girl to make a great shot, and she made it, now all of a sudden your shot's a lot tougher. You haven't got much room to work here. Nice thing is you're already going to score, but you really want to get more than one.
Kaitlyn Laws with her final stone of the third end. She has one in her pocket. Needs a bite of the button to get her deuce. Working on it. We seem to be pretty close. Got to get there first. This is light all day. So it'll be a single point for Kaitlyn Laws. We're tied up at 1 after 3. From Saville, you're watching Curling Stadium.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Mowat, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and off-break curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at theGrandSlamOfCurling.com. Let's rock!
Nuts. Welcome back here from the Saville Community Sports Center. It's the Saville Shootout. All tied up here, playing now in the fourth end. Kaitlyn Laws and Taylor Reese Hansen in a bit of a battle. They've been back and forth.
Yeah, she just made a heck of a shot. Really, she made an absolutely perfect shot to give Kaitlyn Laws a really difficult final shot. She had to change turns and make a draw that would have bit the button to have any chance of getting two, and she obviously didn't do that. But at the end, the whole end looked like, certainly the last 2/3 of that end at least, looked like Laws was on the way to getting more than one, possibly as many as three. And Reese Hansen saved the day for second time today, I'd say, so far. We've only in 3 ends, so.
I'm happy if I save the day once a weekend, Jim.
I know, I hear you. Yeah.
Luckily this weekend I'm throwing third, but at least I have a skipper to bail me out.
Yeah, you never, it's never your fault playing third, I know that. Some people think it is sometimes, but rest assured.
Well, they're not the ones throwing third, so they would never say that.
No.
See, that one peeked out the other end here, and we're going to draw down and corner phrase it. Negavan holding the broom now. That's, as we discussed earlier in the game, fresh change for their team. Feels like it's a little bit high to freeze on.
Yeah, it's up there.
We'll see how it works out. That to our friend in our chat, Kamichua.
It's a good shot. Good shot. It's kind of basically what they call it.
So they're debating drawing open. Do you like that as opposed to going underneath the pile?
You know what, I kind of do, to be honest. I like the idea of throwing it out there because if you go in the middle, it's just going to get really messy really early. So it's not. I think this is not a bad call. And let Kaitlyn or let Selena decide how she's going to chase here, because it's going to be interesting to see what she does decide to do. I don't think she'd play this shot 3 or 4 times. I think she eventually would tuck around, but for now, I like it.
Well, the only shot you play 3 or 4 times is a split, Jim.
Yeah.
This one is just a skosh heavy. It's going to skate on back, and I believe hold on for second shot, though.
Yeah, I think it did, yeah.
Definitely seems to have it by a hair. I don't know. Do we ask Connor to really dial into that and see how close it is?
Yeah, we can do that in a minute, probably.
No, we're not going to be able to find out in a second because the stone's going to go away.
Yeah, I think. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So long, sayonara.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I thought when you first said it, I thought you meant that the shooter was going to roll away, and I thought, oh, I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but anyway.
Well, you know what? You were in the right church, just the wrong pew.
I know. And it's 1:45 here in the East Coast, so it's
Oh, I'm well aware that I'm right there with you, buddy.
You're probably an hour in the difference, an hour from me. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because you're Atlantic time.
I know. Terry Corbin today had me at half an hour. I said, Terry, man, he's a fellow Canuck up here. He should know that I'm not a half an hour. That's only those Newfoundlanders that do the half-hour thing.
And of course, on Eastern time,
Yeah.
I just picked, even though I'm playing this weekend, I had to call a game with you, Jim.
All right. Perfect. We get to do it again, I think, on Sunday.
We do. We'll be calling the championship finals.
Yeah. I had a game tomorrow morning. I had to bail. I forgot I had, that's my one golf game for the season, maybe for the decade, is tomorrow. So.
Well, that's better than I thought you were going to say, because I thought you were going to say it was your anniversary or your wife's birthday.
No. Yeah, no.
If that was the case, I'd say, well, rest in peace to my recently deceased colleague. Now, you know what? All kidding aside, this just got ugly.
Yeah, it did. Got messy for Reese Hansen here. It's just she's gonna run this, try to run it into the one over there by Selena, and maybe pick that one up at the same time. I think that's what she's got in mind, but not very much ice for that though. It looks like more chance of it going the other way to me.
So Kim Bonneau is going to bring the heat here. Trying to hold it on the one, slides all the way by, doesn't get any action in the rings at all. It's still Team Law sitting 2.
Yeah, she's fortunate enough to get enough of a roll there to have it not hang around. It was getting really close to that being another center guard, which wouldn't have been helpful at all.
So now here's Negevin. Just trying to bring it over a little bit. This is out there quite a bit.
Yeah, it's going to walk over here pretty good. Probably will. They can keep it moving.
They get those last few scrubs in and end up making a good shot out of it now.
Yeah, definitely can get there though, Dave. Definitely can fit through there and throw somewhere around board weight, I would think.
Certainly you can get through there. You'd like to roll to the underneath your own guard side?
Yeah, I think I do mostly here, not even because it's my own, but just because I've got more room to work on that side. It's to roll behind the other one is really, really tight to the guard. And although these guards are out, I know, a little further than it looks like when we see them in the long view there, but still I've got more room going the other way, I think.
Working this one hard to hold it. Gonna hit it. Not gonna get too much of a roll. No. Just a couple of centimeters.
Now they could have almost flipped that call there about halfway down. They probably still had enough time to change it up and go the other way, but that's a tough decision.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up. It might have been a good shot to bail on, but as you said, that's so tough to do.
Yeah, I mean, how many times do you do it, but you do it late, and you're like, oh, I need to do that a little sooner.
So now, opportunity here for Laws to set herself up to put the pressure on and elicit the force.
Yeah, it's fairly solid weight coming on this one. They didn't have very much ice. Reese Hansen considering the draw here.
That's a tall order.
Yeah. Just trying to see where she's going to go. Looks like she's looking for a bumper weight again, board weight on the out turn. So she's looking to over curl this a little bit, hit a little on the low side. And she would ideally take the play away from that center guard. That center guard could hurt her at the end.
So,
again.
Last stone from the third McGilvery. Oh my goodness, sorry about that. It is late. And it is shot stone for Kaitlyn Law still. Trying to see how much air they have between the guards, and there's plenty. You can really roll either way you want right now.
Yeah, you need to roll a little bit to get on the rings, but I don't think you can afford to leave it there. Even though I don't really know what you can do with it, to be honest, if you're not playing a hit, because if you, there's no way to draw and tap that up, really, without throwing too heavy.
And here we have another talk. Peterman comes on down. So for watching MLB, this is your second mound visit.
Oh, yeah.
You have 4 remaining.
Yeah, the unofficiated event here.
You know, I say that in jest, but maybe that's not a bad thing for curling. If you're not on the clock.
Yeah. What's that?
Like limit the number of team conferences?
Yeah.
I don't know. This might just be a Dave sounding stupid at midnight.
Yeah, it would be interesting because I think it's the problem, of course, is what if you did that. If you said, okay, you can have 4 visits or whatever the number is in a game for conversations in the house, whatever, then I think it just means that more and more teams start hollering each other down the sheet. So I don't know if it works or not, but I know one thing with a 3-hour game last night. The Jordan McDonald game was 3 hours. They did play 1 extra end, but that's a long curling game for an 8-end game, I'll tell you, in the first game of the Bonspiel. So that's
it certainly is, and of course, curling being very much a community and volunteer-led sport. You know, officials aren't always available, and even when officials are available, timers are usually even more scarce.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Because having done it, it's probably the least rewarding job in curling that exists.
Yeah.
And God bless anybody who ever times a game. I've done it. I've been still an official, and timing is tough.
Yeah.
Because you don't even get to watch a game. You have to be so focused in the rocks.
Yeah.
So Reese Hansen here with her first. Gonna try to bury underneath.
Yeah, I think I like the call here, Dave. It's you know, you're going to be forced here one way or the other. So, you know, it's I guess Russ Howard always says sort of you're going to be forced to one. You might as well be forced to 2. So, and she's had a pretty darn good handle on this draw weight stuff. This looks perfect. Wow.
Well, that is pretty good.
That is really good. You're all right. See the sweepers managing this again, and Reese Hansen has just been perfect for these shots in this game. It's not just her, obviously. The team, the sweepers and the line caller have a big part to play in it, but still, you got to throw it. You got to be close out of your hand to have a chance. Great shot.
Yeah, taking a look here in the early going, she has draw weight in the pocket.
Yeah.
Now, see her coming down from this turn. Would he ever play the chase coming the other way, Jim?
How do you get there? And you come through the port?
Well, I would hope so.
Through the port with just like whatever back line or something, enough weight to move that out.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you could, Dave, but I think it's a very similar situation to what Reese Hansen had the last end. I think you try to make this draw as good as you can make it. And if you can freeze on that yellow one, or even be a foot in front of it or something like that, then it's going to be really hard for Hansen to score more than one. So she can make it the same way Reese made it, or Taylor Reese made it. Reese Hansen made it last hand. Probably forces her to one by the time it's all said and done.
So Kaitlyn Laws with her last of the fourth. Trying to just lock it on there. This is heavy. It's gonna get there. Okay, it came down nicely. Does lock right on.
Yeah.
So good read on the ice there by the front end to manage it properly.
Yeah, and a good shot by Kaitlyn Laws. Basically, it's like I say, it's the same identical shot they had last and on the other for the other team, and Skips made really nice shots there.
So how do you ever make your deuce here? Can you
Yeah,
sneak all the way around?
On the out turn, or the in turn, come around the red one.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know if that's there, Dave. I don't know if you can get enough curl. I don't know if any of these shots are here. She's going to try to come through that port, and that might be there, but you got to be really close to the yellow one.
Well, I think that yellow one is so high that you're going to end up wrecking possibly on the second red.
Yeah, it looks much tougher on the overhead than it does on the long view here. So I think it's this is the one you're not going to hurt yourself with anyway, at least.
I think the way you throw this one is to throw a Nicodine special and spin it on down there.
Yeah.
So final stone of the fourth end, Taylor Reese Hansen. She's hitting one, trying to add a second one in there. Gonna get past that first guard. Can you get past the second one? It's gonna be really close to the second one. Oh, you just wick it, but can you still drag it there? Will it course grow in? Yes, it will, and you get two. What a shot by Taylor Reese Hansen. And they're gonna take a look at it, but it's two all day. And they take a 3-1 lead after four. We'll be right back from Saville right after this.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
And welcome back. It's the fifth end here from the Saville Shootout in Edmonton, Alberta. It's at Saville Community Sports Center. Taylor Reese Hansen with a huge deuce there in the fourth end. And Jim, let's take another look at this one.
Yeah, this was an amazing shot. As we're just going to catch the tail end of it here, but you see the spin in. What made that such a great shot was the way the stagger was out there. You really thought it would be very difficult to make it by getting through that port, and she did. And then the sweepers, it rubbed the guard, rubbed one, the high one there, and really looked like it wasn't going to get there. The sweepers did a great job of staying with it. That's the key on that shot. They stayed right with it, and they got the final spin and managed to get two. It was one of the best skips deuces I think you'll see all year for sure.
And yet another huge shot from Taylor in this game. It's been well, I mean, I have not seen a lot of this team myself, neither have you. And you know what? Call me impressed.
Yeah, I agree, yeah. We kind of gave them a bit of a hard time there, and one of the early ends with one of the calls, they seem to be locked on. But I'll tell you what, they made those shots, made the shots, and the skipper's been on fire in this one.
So it's going to be Team Laws trying to dig themselves out. You got top four there from Reese Hansen, along with a nice 2-3 guard. So good setup for the steal already here in end number 5. I love seeing them play aggressive. That's fun curling.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice come around the guard here. It's going to be overburied. Might have even poked out just a hair too much. Get a better look at the long shot, and now you see it. It is probably chaseable. But Taylor Reese Hansen loves the situation that she's in right now, and she's going to throw that high one guard.
Look at the other scores around the board, and I give it to you in just a couple minutes here, Dave. But it's there's a lot of sheets in this rink. There's a lot of scores to catch up on.
Oh yeah, the Saville Community Sports Center, a beautiful 8-sheet facility on the south campus of the U of A. That guard probably just a skosh deeper than they would have desired. So you see Slayanega then come up. Just going to go on peel patrol here. So Peterman is going to try to throw the cleanup. One, two, three, they all go. Wow. Holy heck, fantastic.
Yeah, see this come in here. This is, you got to do a lot of things right to make this one. A little bit of cleaning and bang, 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 and they're all gone.
You know,
and on top of all that, you got your corner, you got your rock behind the corner guard and double guards on it now. So
yeah, that's like super dirty. And you know, just with the rather, hate to say it, like, you know, ho-humness that they call this shot with, I never saw the triple coming.
No, I don't blame you.
But wow, we are being treated here early in the season. So we see the peel made. The guard's going to go back up. Now, if your team laws, we're playing the 5th end, you're trailing by 2. You going to go hard for your deuce here, or are you content with the blank, Jim?
No, I think, at the start of the end, you might have been content with the blank, but now that you've got a great setup for 2 here, pretty easy to keep, to maintain the opportunity for the 2. I think you're going to take it.
Well, unfortunately, I think we just black catted that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a lot of conversation on a shot that's not going to matter anymore. So, yeah. That was pretty short. It was definitely a string puller on that one. But
oh, that's certainly a round of drinks.
Yeah.
And looking behind the sheet, I suggest you get that from Big Rock Brewery.
Yeah.
See Coach back there with the headset. I don't know if Coach is listening to us. That'd be pretty sad for him.
This one's got a curl.
It's going to grab a piece.
Yeah.
Question is, does it stick around? And it's going to skitter on by and right on out.
Yeah, that's a big rollout for Hansen. She had a chance there to, kind of got a break with the hog stone and had a chance there to really to get out of this end by just hitting and staying anywhere really in the back of the house would have been pretty good. But anyway, it's a long corner guard. Not a lot of room once you get by it, so see how Selena gets along with it.
Hello, Coach. So here we have Selena Negaven. Gonna try to bury underneath this wide corner.
Good from line.
It's coming wide. It's gonna hang on to the house. That's probably about as good as he could have thrown it.
Yeah, I think that's a dandy, really.
Now you do see about a third of a stone, but when you're dealing with that little house, I mean, you can't get too much cuter than that.
No. Good chance for Reese Hansen though to go after this and just like the last shot, only maybe hang around at the back there somewhere, back of the 8 foot, somewhere around her left foot, and that would be a pretty good spot to be at this stage in the end.
So McGilvery is going to take this one on. It's going to be tight to the guard. Can they hold it? Can they hold it? Can they skinny the guard? Just past it. They get by and they make the hit. Great job by the front end there.
Yeah, it was. You're going to see this again here. You can barely see, but right about there, you'll notice there's about a 1/4 inch clearance before it got by. Great sweeping, and this couple playing the front end here, they've had some big shots to sweep in this one. Usually the skip shots, but still.
Yeah, Bonneau and McKenzie are definitely making their presence known. I mean, curling truly is a team game. It takes all 4 players to make it happen.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to have much less than an wide open hit on this shot after, even if Hansen made the last one. So.
And this is not easy. It does skinny the guard. They do make the hit, and they stick at the top of the rings. And
Yeah.
now this is a little bit easier to get to.
Yeah. You can see a little tiny bit more. They are making this particular shot look a lot simpler than it seems like it should be.
Okay, today at the Spiel I'm playing in, we had to play this shot a lot. It's not easy.
You played this one a lot? Wow.
Yeah, we did. We had to, yeah.
Okay. This is my least favorite shot in 50 years of curling. This outturn away, outturn takeout away for me is never. Back when I was even halfway as good, this was not my favorite shot.
I made 3 out of 4.
Well, that's pretty good.
For somebody who's as dumb as me sitting behind a microphone, yes, it is.
Yeah, I think it is too.
This one is tight to the guard, and this is on the guard, proving the fact that that is not an easy shot.
I'm just under through that a little bit, I think.
Yeah, look, just a hair light. So what is your ideal shot here?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think, okay, I was going to say that would make more sense to me to just go open side here than anything else. For a minute, I thought Kaitlyn was looking at coming around this guard. I don't really see the point of that. I think I'm going to go just open side and let her go ahead and try to make one of those, and I should have a pretty easy 2 when it's all said and done. I think what they're a little concerned, if they go open side here and Reese Hansen decides to play the hit and roll off the red one that she just threw at, she might roll to where she'd be shot buried, but so you just got to make sure with this shot you're not going quite that far out. So, because it's she's gonna hit one, let you hit one, and get your 2. So
Right, because even if there's a double setup, if you put a big long split, you'd hate to ever miss that long double and give up 3. So you're likely going to just concede the deuce.
Yeah, you are for sure. Yeah. And if you ever went around, somebody would say, well, what happens if you go around and bury it? Well, if you go around and bury it, she's just going to hit the one that's in the house anyway. She's not going to do anything different than that. She's got a 3-1 lead. She's in pretty good position, playing the 5th here. Give up your 2, and you're tied up playing 6 with the hammer. So that's a pretty good situation.
So here's Laws with her first of 2. They're working this one coast to coast, Jim.
Yeah, you got to get this on for starters.
It's got to get there. It's got to be on the rings. Did it get there? Does it get there? No.
That's a huge miss.
Tremendously unfortunate.
Now, if you're Reese Hansen here, you just got to make sure you hit and make sure you stay, because you don't want to be rolling out here and let Kaitlyn play the split for the 2, which she probably would play.
Certainly not the easiest split, Jim.
Well, no, but
you're going to try it for sure.
No, yeah, I think I'm going to try it. Yeah, I mean, you've got to be able to. You don't want it to be too difficult where you don't play it. You just say, well, blanket, and I'll retain hammer, go into the next end. But I think as far as those shots go, I think that's not a super difficult one. But anyway, we'll see. She might not have the opportunity. She might have to play this shot. So
Reese Hansen with her final of the 5th. This one started moving right out of her hand. It is curling like a banshee. Can they hold it? They hold it, but they are off the rings. So are they going to take on the split?
Hard to say. They may not. It's over there a little ways, no question.
certainly taking a look at it. So nice close-up work there. So basically, you want to hit this one, I want to say what, a little bit off nose and maybe be a little bit handily. It doesn't look like they're throwing it, so.
No, I guess not. No, it's yeah, I think it's a half rock, but it is not as easy as I first thought. When I look at the long view here, it looks like a fairly easy split, but when I look at the overhead, it's certainly not a gimme, and you really don't want to get one. So if you're worried about it, then don't play it, because you got to be able to make it. You got to be committed to it if you're going to throw it. I still don't know exactly what they're going to do here.
So we're going to have another mound visit.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, folks, we want to make our game more accessible to all the fans so we can gain more widespread acceptance. And an 8-end game taking 3 hours is not going to help curling's cause.
No.
So what ideas do you have? Speak up. Let's brainstorm.
Yeah, because we're about an hour and a half into this one, I think, right now, and we're not even finished the 5th end yet, and that's just really long. The only good thing here, at least they built in enough time that the ice makers at least can get the ice ready, but still, it makes it a long game. Makes it a long game for our fans to watch, and most of them probably aren't hanging in for 3 hours to watch a curling game. So,
well, Jim. To that point, like I look at it like cricket. They're calling, and timeout has been called by Team Laws here. So I look at it like cricket. So people who are real cricket fans say that Test cricket is the only pure form of cricket. And a Test match can last up to 5 days. So then cricket responded by having what they called ODIs, one-day internationals, which are played for like 50 overs. So the game was surely completed in 1 day. And then for TV, for like the NFL of cricket, for lack of a better word, they have what they call T20s, where they just play 20 overs. They don't take any pitches. They swing all the time. There's lots of actions, and the game takes 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the right answer is for curling, but a really long game is not going to sell the sport to, well, without being unkind, the reduced attention spans of the normal viewer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the challenge becomes, because it's a sport, even at this level, when you're playing in, cash bills that are occasionally offering pretty big prize money, you really don't have officials, and you really don't have sometimes time clocks and things like that. So it gets it hard to manage. It's like, it's how do you speed up the game if the players really don't have to speed up the game? So it's going to be interesting. We used to curl a guy named Alan Dara here in Nova Scotia, who's been to the Briar about 7 times. Alan's well up into his 70s by now, but he used to be the slowest curler in the world. When you played Alan, you knew you were going to freeze to death, and everybody said, well, when clocks come in, Alan's screwed. Like, he's never going to be able to play when we bring in clocks.
The decision was to blank the end, and we'll pick up that story after we come back. Right after this, you're watching Curling Stadium.
Hey, Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety Online Course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
And welcome back to the Saville Shootout from Edmonton, Alberta. Blank end in end number 5, playing end number 6. It is Taylor Reese Hansen with a 2-stone lead over Team Kaitlyn Laws. Dave Schmel and Jim Nix. So happy you can join us here on Curling Stadium.
Yeah, big end coming up here for Kaitlyn Laws. Really do need to score 2 here. Get this tied up after 6, and you kind of have a little bit of a control if you do that. If you only score 1, not nearly as good.
And you see after the discussion when the coach for Team Laws came out, they decided that discretion was the better part of valor and chose to blank the end. And I tend to agree with that decision, Jim.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I think you're right as well. I think, like you said, at first I thought that the split was very makeable, and I still think it was makeable, but not quite as much of a gimme, if you will, as I had originally thought when I looked at it. And you didn't want to end up taking 1 there, so probably was the wisest decision. Just give you a little rundown, Dave, on the scores across the boards here. Basically, all these games were after 4 ends. Some of them now after 5 ends, but on the ladies' side, Kate Cameron and Mila Platt tied up at 3. Carrie Anderson leading Hunkin 4-1. Wang over Sluchinski 3-2. Sturmey's down 3-1 to Peterson of the U.S. Gims leading, I don't know who this is, I don't even know how to say this, De Schiffert, I think it is, 4-1. And Theveno up 4-2 over Brown from BC, and Skurling over Hansen, the other Hansen in this field, at 5-0. On the men's side, you got Tao leading Hurstel 2-0 after 4, and Dunham up 3-1 over our own Ryan Jakes, also after 4.
Oh, I am so torn. I did not know Scott was playing Ryan. Scott's a clubmate of mine.
Oh, okay. So that Dunham team is your club?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, they got it going pretty good then.
But Ryan's one of our trusted colleagues.
I know. He's got hammer in the 5th. It's not over. It's only 4 ends.
No. No, I'm going to put that on my television now. So you see the score behind you. It is 3-1. Laws still has the hammer. Playing the 6th. We had a blank in 5. And as you mentioned, Jimmer, really crucial for Kaitlyn Laws to get a deuce here.
Yeah, I think absolutely. It's and you can see she's certainly making that effort at that. And I'm sure that I think Marcel Brock is their coach this year. And I'm sure he said that last time we blanked this, and then we got to go hard to get a couple. So
That is Marcella. You're right.
Yeah.
Bit of an opening here because that one over curled a bit for Team Reese Hansen. Gets past the guard. They're going to get the one. Roll over a skosh. They sit 2-3. Still Hansen sitting shot. Sorry. Interesting dynamic here. There's opportunities for both squads right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to make good shots here. Reese Hansen just follows that shot down. She'd be pretty good. The only thing is they got pretty tight to that guard. I don't know if she'd ever want to play quite that tight to that guard, so she may move on a little bit. She looks like she's going to play a draw.
Just saw a sighting of Ken and Whip there in the background. And skipping my Bonspiel team this weekend is Kai McCauley, who threw third for him at the World Juniors.
Oh, okay.
I lured two great curlers from Calgary with the promise of free beer and lodging.
Well, reasonably good perk, anyways.
Oh yeah, I read that yellow book, How to Catch a Canadian for Dummies. And rule number one is offer free beverages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong, Jim.
No, I know. I don't think you're that far off. No. So that was not a bad shot there, I think.
No, not at all.
As long as they can't get to it and hit it right on the nose, but that's the part that would concern me. But
yeah, if they can just paper the guard and hit every bit that they can see, they're both going to go. And we're down to just 3 mound visits remaining.
From what, 12?
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Nix has jokes today.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is
a lot of input.
Yeah. Actually, it's not a bad setup for Laws right now, though, I think. Because even if she doesn't make the double here, she comes around, if she gets one yellow and leaves it red there, it's going to put a lot of heat on the Reese Hansen team, I think. See where it goes.
Obviously a big shot here. On the way from Peterman. Pass the guard, no problem. Get the one, move the second. Just seemed a little quiet to me, Jim.
Yeah, a little bit, for sure. Still, I think just, it's a few more yellows around than we might want, but I still think you're in pretty good position here.
No, it's certainly not the worst outcome. So, Reese Hansen's calling for the chase here.
Yeah. That she pretty much has to. Could sit 2 when she's done here. Still a few rocks to come in this end, though.
So Megan has her rock on the way. Pressures are on it all day. They get it by, no problem. hit it, move it through. Great work, great team shot there.
Yeah, really nice. You see here, girls once again going basically all the way down and just sneaking by there, which they needed to do to stay and be number 2. So very nicely done.
And Jim, there you saw both brushers engaged there, and so often on a takeout we only see one brusher.
Yeah, interesting, eh? I don't know. I don't know if that's a little different school of thought on that or not, but.
Well, let's not start a sweeping debate right now.
No.
It's way too late at night for that, buddy.
Yeah.
So now here's Negevin. Slaney gets a hit, rolls on over, and a really nice spot in front of the Reese Hansen stone. Would like it to be just a skosh further over, probably, but not bad.
Yeah, I think if you take this one out, just roll a little tiny bit to the right as we look at the long view there, then you're going to leave a double, but you will be setting, I think, 3. I think if they're looking at the overhead, it does look like the yellow that's going to be, would be number 3. Well, it is number 3 right now, but would be number 3. 3 yellows if she can make this perfect, but not an easy one.
So they discussed both the draw and the hit and roll, and they're going to play the hit and roll. Nice easy weight. So the final from McGilvery. On it for curl, right out of the hand. Got a long way to go. Gonna get a piece, and that's it. Roll all the way out.
Does sit 2 though, I think, Dave.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty flat double, but it is there.
Yeah.
I think you certainly have to address shot stone.
Yeah, me too. I was surprised when she's looking at the back one. I think even if you're not trying to make the double here, I think you had to play the one in the forefoot and maybe try just to hit and roll behind the guards. Even would be better. But
this ice looks very double-ish.
Yeah.
That's a new word. We're going to submit it to the Webster's Dictionary.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up. Double-ish.
Well, skosh is in there, and I use that all the time.
I know you taught me that one last year.
As Sean looked it up on me last year.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't have looked it up. I would have just believed you, but still.
Gonna get the one, roll on over, make contact, push it far enough.
Yeah.
I think you did.
I think you're right.
And you lie 3. How about that?
That's very nicely done. See it coming here. Hit about a half a stone. And called it perfect. Good job. Great shot by Selena. The nice thing here, too, is that your top one is pretty much behind the guard, or 3/4 behind the guard, so she's probably not playing that one. Tough decision here now.
Yeah, absolutely. What a huge shot there by Negevin. Stepped up big time. So Reese Hansen has to, well, you got a 2-rock lead. You don't want to give up more than 2. That would
No, exactly, yeah.
That would be suboptimal.
Yeah.
So they're going to attack the back one and sit shot in the back. Probably going to try to roll back 8. One of the few times where intentionally putting a stone behind the tee line is a good idea.
Yeah. I thought she might try to play a little different shot here. I thought she might play the out turn around, just try to rub the red and go on the other red with it and try to get rid of a couple of rocks here. Or stop a couple from counting. Whoa, somebody just wiped out back there. Kaitlyn lost, took a pretty good tumble. Where did it end up?
Well, shots okay. It is shot stone for Laws. Second and third. Second belongs to Reese Hansen. Third belongs to Laws.
No, I think 1-2 is. Oh, I see. Looking in there and there. Yeah, that's close, but.
That's my humble opinion, but we have a measuring device for that. So Kaitlyn says, "Well, I'm just gonna hit the second shot rock and lie 2." I can't argue with that.
Yeah. Well, if she hits this and stays, she'll sit 3.
Oh, yeah, just by a skosh, yeah. So here's Laws with her first of 2 and then number 6.
Shot to stay on for Kaitlyn. If she stays here, she's got a really good chance of picking up 3. It looks pretty good. It is.
It's going to hit and stick, and they do lie 1, 2, 3. So you got some options here if you're Taylor.
Yeah, you do. She's had such great draw weight. You could be tempted to play the in-turn draw down there, come around both those rocks and put it at the edge of the button where you've been putting it all day. The obvious trouble there is that if it's not perfect, you could give up 4. Could hit this one and try to roll a little bit maybe and make the 3 tough for Kaitlyn Laws.
That seems to be the choice. She's choosing to avoid a 4-ender, but I agree with you, Jim. I really think she could probably throw that draw and make it extremely tough. Because giving up 3 is definitely not a good idea right now.
No. Seemed like kind of an innocent 3 too, because it didn't seem like anybody was in very much trouble for a while. But anyway,
sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's right.
Final stone, Taylor Reese Hansen at number 6. Weight's pretty close. They're just on and off, on and off. They got the hit, or they get the roll, trying to walk it over, roll it over. And that's pretty open.
Yeah, it is. It was a nice try. It was very close to being really good. Not quite there.
Yeah, so I think just you don't need to go more than hack here.
No.
Even back line's probably fine.
Back line's fine, yep.
And based on the broom placement, That's a lot of ice even for back line, in my opinion, but
Yeah.
it's been curling a lot, though, as you mentioned.
Yep. I think that'll be okay there.
So Kaitlyn Laws trailing by 2 in the 6th end, trying for 3. Her final stone. McCushion Peterman is scoring this one down. Just touching it, just a touch, just a touch. You got that, no problem. Hit and stick, and it's 1-2-3. Kaitlyn Laws takes a 4-3 lead after 6. Reese Hansen will have the hammer in 7. We come right back after this on Curling Stadium.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
Because ultimately I want our product to be better. Because if we get more ratings, then, maybe God forbid Jerry can pay us more. and I'm okay with that. I'll tell that to Jerry all day. I don't give a shit. And welcome back. It's end number 7. A big 3 for Kaitlyn Laws in the 6th, and they have a 4-3 advantage here at the Saville Shootout, the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton, Alberta. Dave Schmel with Jim Nix, and huge 3 there for Kaitlyn.
Yeah, absolutely. It's and a kind of an innocent 3. I know there was a few rocks around, but it sure didn't look like it was going to come down to that. But it ends up coming down just a nice little soft back line kind of weight tap shot by Kaitlyn. She's not going to make a mess of those or miss too many of those, so she threw it perfect, and the way ends up coming up with a 3-ender with really no rocks closer than 8 foot. So good job. Got a little bit of work for now for Reese Hansen here in the 7th. She really does need to come back with the 2 of her own and put herself in a better spot playing 8.
Absolutely. You definitely want to make sure that you have the best end plan that you could possibly have right now. I know the coaches talk about that so much, that you want to figure out what your objective is all the time. And I know you've done some coaching, Jim. How do you tell teams to approach that?
Like now sort of thing when you're playing 7?
Sure.
Yeah, I think for me in this end, it's guys, we've got to treat this like we need 2 in the last end to win here, because scoring 1 is not not going to work very well for us if we're playing for a competitive team, even at the junior level. So I think you've just got to go hard to score 2 points and not be afraid of what you might give up at this point. I know, sometimes you get caught, you think, well, if we give up one, we still got a chance, and true enough, but it's not a very big chance. So let's go hard to get 2 and try to make that work for us. And that's kind of the way we would approach that in this case. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for that, Jim. And I want to take the opportunity to apologize to the Saville Community Sports Center. It's a 10-sheet facility. I said 8 earlier. I got to give them credit where credit is due. That's a huge place.
It is, yeah.
A lot of people are saying it's huge.
Yeah.
So we have to draw the top 4, a little tap back. I think they probably would have preferred the freeze.
Yeah, not bad though.
No, perfectly acceptable outcome for sure. And taking one minor look around the rings in action and over on sheet 10, it is Scott Dunham with a 4-2 lead over our own Ryan Jakes. Fun game to watch already.
Yeah.
It's been a battle of paper cuts all once in that game, Jim.
Yeah, it looked like Dunham, I don't have it in front of me now, but it looked like Dunham stole a couple ends in a row there to take about a 3-1 lead at one point, maybe something like that.
Oh, that's his MO. He's really good at that.
Yeah. I just popped into something else. You got Hopkins 2-0 with the Stu Cells in Oakville or wherever they're playing. They're the Shorty Jenkins, wherever they're playing this weekend. In the middle of the part of the country, I see he's 2-0. So we got a lot of rocks in play here, Dave.
We do. That's going to mean some good action. So we have Team Laws right there on the lid. Not very accessible for Reese Hansen. And as you mentioned, they want to get their deuce here.
Yeah.
So at what point, because let's just call it what it is, it doesn't look promising if you're throwing yellow rocks. I mean, sure, you could throw a slash on that yellow biter right now and push it in. I think that might be what they're taking on. They called like control weight or bumper weight. Not sure exactly what signals they use.
Yeah, most teams anywhere around the hip, a little tap on the hip is something around bumper weight. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. She's like, I don't know if she's trying to go bump on the red sort of thing, or if she's just trying to move the yellow in, or what. But it doesn't matter. She's going to be on the red one. So, which was probably similar to where the other option was for her. She could have considered peeling those off, but again, you're down 1. You don't want to peel something and then have all of a sudden the other team be able to play a peel too and would end up with nothing around. So
now they did as a result of that spill a Laws rock in, and you just saw Selena Negavan say that double is there all day and twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
So we're down to just 2 mound visits remaining.
I think it's like a video game though, Dave. It's once you run out, you just push a button and it replenishes, so you'll be all right. Most of the time on video games now, you just pay $4.99 or something foolish if they.
Yeah, you get some extra coins. I mean,
drives me crazy.
At the sake of dating myself, anybody who's ever played Super Contra on the old NES, up, down, left, right, BA, select start, you get 100 free lives.
Yeah. Oh, wow, I didn't know that, but I don't think I played that game. But yeah, there were some games like that did that you just had to know what they were. Some might call that cheating, but I would just say no. It's the way it is.
Well,
So we-
I think the kids would call it an Easter egg now. Something you have to find.
Yeah.
But Jim, unfortunately, neither of us are kids.
No, I can say that that's definitely true.
So they're taking a long look at this, and so, well, Jim, this is where you are supposed to sound smart.
Okay, good. Are you going to ask me something, or am I just going to talk?
Oh, you're supposed to talk and sound
Okay,
smart and
sorry,
say and say what they're supposed to do for sure.
Yeah, I missed the cue there a little bit. So, yeah, this is a difficult one. You're only 3 rocks into the end. It's already got a little bit cluttered for you. But Kaitlyn Laws without hammer here really would love to force to 1, and she can live with a 2. But I think she's not in terrible shape. I think she could just come around and be, I was going to say, like, be top 8 foot there and be not bad. She can also play, if she wanted, she can also run the yellows. So carries a little bit of risk, but
well, my thing with running the yellows, Jim, is that if you do that, your shooter's not going to be in the ring, so you're inviting the double back, and then Reese Hansen has the opportunity to blanket.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Which based on how the rocks sit right now, I think would be a good outcome for them.
Yeah. Oh, for Reese Hansen, yeah. Oh my goodness.
And timeout is called. So Marcel's going to make his way back out.
I think at the very least, Dave, in reference to what we were talking earlier, at the very least, if you're going to call a timeout, you should at least have to call it right away. Not talk for 3.5 minutes and then call a timeout. So, and there's no clocks anyway, so you might as well just go like the juniors and have you sit out there the whole game. It's going to be interesting to see what Marcel comes up with here, because I'm not 100% sure what's the right thing to do here. So, you can... They're obviously a little bit concerned that she will play, that Reese Hansen plays the double on the Reds. That's certainly something that has her a little bit worried.
And Marcel says, "So you summoned me again."
He seems to have a definitive opinion anyways.
We see the faithful still lining the upper lounge of the Saville Community Sports Center. Hanging on pretty late. It is almost 11 o'clock in Edmonton.
Almost 11 in Edmonton? Oof.
Yep.
Well, the only club I know that's bigger than this, that's definitely bigger than this, is actually Kelowna in BC, I think, or Kelowna in Alberta, or BC. BC is 12-shooter, so that's the only one I know that's bigger, but there might be a couple.
Well, the biggest clubs we have here in the States, Duluth is an 8-shooter, and so is St. Paul. But Duluth is actually, they're able to run 13 sheets whenever they want to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have control over an adjacent rink, which they can put another 5 on.
Okay.
But that seldom occurs.
Yeah. So, looks like they've decided on a shot that's similar to one that they did point out a couple hands ago. I think they're looking at they form a guard here, I think. I didn't really see them when they finished the conversation, but that's the only thing I can really think of here, unless they're coming right around on the red, but I guess we'll have to wait and see here.
So this one's on the way from Peterman.
Not sure where this is going to end up. Also not so sure how helpful that is. So I think if you don't make a run at this now, you may not get a shot. I know you don't always like to do this, but I think I'm going to take a shot at it right now with some weight. Trying to send around in a hurry anyway, Dave.
Oh, absolutely. And they're going to take on this shot now. It's there all day right now. I think that shot didn't help the Laws at all. Because now if you make this double, you're going to be sitting 2 under a mess of cover.
Exactly, yeah.
On it hard. Get the 1, roll on over. You got the double. That's good enough all day.
That's a really good shot. So you come in here, and actually the sweepers didn't have to go too crazy on this one. They back to the 1 sweeper now. Yeah, well done. Well done. Nice weight, too. I didn't know these girls didn't seem to play the up weight too often, so I wasn't quite sure what they'd have for that, but she threw it really well.
Ooh, and you see Laws here lining up the triple for Negavan.
Yeah.
It is a shot that exists.
Yeah, I think she'll be pretty happy if she gets rid of a couple here, probably.
Yeah, certainly not easy, Jim.
No.
But the high hard one is certainly in her bag.
Yeah.
So Negavan looking to make some granite fly here. Coming with a little bit of an easier weight than I would have expected on it right out of her hand. They get the 1, make contact, hit the second one, and it is still Reese Hansen, line 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't think that worked out really good for Laws, to be honest. And so I'm going to put that one behind the guards here, and the other one's just backup button. And I don't know. I think I like the setup for Reese Hansen now a lot better than I do for Team Laws.
So do you draw to down to the 1, maybe kind of like top 4 in front of the 1? Or do you just hit the open one?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be hitting anything because the open one's not even number 3, so I don't think that I play that. I think I'm playing some kind of an outturn here. I kind of like where she's got the broom, just it's got to be perfect.
Yeah, the biggest thing I was concerned about, Jim, was leaving a potential double bag.
Yeah. I don't mind the draw. I don't mind the draw to the red. One of the frees to the red one's not a bad shot. I don't mind that.
And here's the first mound visit for Team Hansen.
Yeah. Yeah, one more and they'll be tied. Yeah.
Well, they have 5 remaining.
Yeah. And the 2 coaches meetings too, so I don't think they have a coach with them. This is a tough call.
No, this certainly does warrant some conversation. Now,
I think I like that call.
Well, are we missing the obvious? Can you just draw around on the intern side around the cover?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you certainly can. It's definitely there for sure. I just think it's you run a couple of risks over there if you happen to hit some ice that's not quite keened up, and Or if it just goes behind the tee line, then you really set up a bad pocket here. So.
Oh, certainly. We haven't been on that side of the sheet for a minute or so. So.
I think if you could come down and just place it, sorry, Dave, I think if you come down, just place it where she is, whoever that is with the broom now, I think that's probably the perfect spot. I think if you could do that, just, she may end up playing that, but.
That's
you got 4 left to come. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a pretty precise shot.
Yeah, I know. That's what I think too. But. So it does look like they're going to play that, though. Looking basically to split the center line, probably in the 4 foot, or just half in the 4 foot even's pretty good.
And maybe like a third of rock underneath the 1 and the 8?
Yeah, at the most, yeah. You want to sort of partially guard that back one at the same time with this shot, so. And I think you do all of that with just tucking a corner or whatever behind the guard, so. So these sweepers have done a great job all day, and they're going to have to do another good job here to put this rock exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah, it's a shot that definitely has to be managed well. It's walking on down. Line looks beautiful. Did they get the exact weight? And that's a pretty good effort. I think you probably will like to have drug it just a touch further.
Yeah, maybe another few inches and just get another inch or 2 of curl, but
all things said, that's a good shot.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think that's a pretty darn good shot for sure.
So the shot here from Negavan is basically hit everything you can see.
Yeah.
And make them go away. Dead nose is fine, but that is basically everything you can see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Reese Hansen have gotten another, just got another inch or 2 out of that. Would have made this shot that much harder. It would have been more like a shot to just get rid of 1. So.
I wouldn't even call that a half shot. That's like a 7/8 shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Slane Negavan with her last of the 7th. Trying to walk it over. Walk it over, get the 1. Oh, you shoot it right on by. Did not come up far enough, Jim.
No. No, really, another really close to a great shot, but doesn't quite do it. So basically a chance to put this one back into almost the same place. Now it does jam back there, so it's not quite sure where it'll go, but I think if you roll to the same place or just about, you'd be in pretty good position. Even if you do jam, you're going to have 2 of them. 2 of them right there, so.
So Megan's last. Get the hit. Oh, and you got the double too. That is filthy.
That's a great shot. I didn't even think you could make that double and roll. So
let's see that again.
Yeah, just a fairly lightweight. That's just a kind of a regular hit, normal hit, and hit that. Caught the high side of that. That's a great shot.
And you know what? And that tells you about the quality of the set of curling stones they're using here at Saville and the quality of the ice, because that was an extremely downweight shot. I mean, if that was 11 and a half, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Super quiet weight, made a beautiful double, and they lie 3.
Yeah, and it's definitely pretty good position here. Danilow's going to have to make a good draw. So doesn't have much left but to play a draw, so that's the only good thing about it. Sometimes you get forced to play a certain shot. It's a lot easier than maybe going back and forth in your mind trying to decide. She doesn't have a choice but to draw here.
Only 2 man visits left.
Yeah. Yeah, is that like in the game, Dave, or is that just this end? Thinking.
Wow, Jim.
Well, you just have to ask.
No, it's in the game. He gets 6 man visits in a 9 inning MLB game.
Yeah.
Not to say some of these ends have not warranted discussion.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. Yeah, no, I agree.
It's been a well-played game, very delicate shots, and certainly interesting.
Yeah.
Now, they need to drag this one. This has to go. Light is really not a good miss. And you are light.
Yeah, you're in front of those, which is normally better than not being in front of them, but I'm just not quite sure how you're going to use that. Oh, it's right there. It's pretty wide open, so does create some conversation for the Reese Hansen team. Anyway, it's
going to be a really fine shot to pick it out and get it past. Now, there's certainly enough room. Certainly does not look that way from a long shot, but looking at the overhead, you can definitely have enough room to generate enough angle to clear that red out the side door.
Yeah. You got it really close to your own yellow over there, but
it's there. Well, heck, if all you want to do is get rid of the red, you could just pick it, go the other way, lose a shooter.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
That is probably practically an easier shot.
Yeah, I think that this is tough, but you got to get to the inside of the red one. If you get inside of the nose on the red at all, almost, you should be okay. You might lose the back one, but you'll still be sitting 3 when you're done. But you do have to get a little bit on the inside of it for sure.
So what kind of weight are you looking to throw at this, Jim?
I think it's a relatively solid. I don't know what they would throw. I would say like a control weight shot. I'm not sure what the number is on that, but that's what I would think. Because the only other thing you got is you could guard it, but I don't really like that because if you guard, she's coming around to the back one, and you may not score, and if you do, you're probably only getting 1. So. Got to feel good about this, though. Skipper's got to see this one. Just got to feel like, okay, I've got that shot in my mind here and feel pretty good about it because otherwise you don't play it.
Absolutely, Jim. We just discussed a couple shots that are both completely viable, and we could defend both of them and be equally correct.
Yeah.
So it's really, what are you going to make? Still not sure what they're going with, though.
The hard part here is that you do have a realistic opportunity to get 3, and how hard do you want to go to get the 3 versus the 2? And I don't know if it changes the shot a lot, but I think that's one of the things that makes it difficult. Playing a guard, surprised.
I think this is not going to be a corner freeze.
Corner on the red?
Yeah, they're going to, I believe from what I think I saw, that they're going to try to corner this red on the center line side.
Yeah.
So that they have something left.
Yeah.
And even if they move it just a touch, it'll make that come around that much more difficult.
Yeah.
And then leave them a shot to possibly make 5.
Okay.
So we'll see. Reese Hansen with her first shot here in the 7th. Well, this is certainly not heavy. They are on this all day.
Oh, that was a very
From
defensive
how hard,
throw. Yeah.
oh, certainly. From how hard they brushed, I certainly think they expect that to be deeper.
Yeah.
Now, if you're Kaitlyn Law's gym, well, is there ever a world where you play like hack weight or back 12 and come around that very long guard and just promote your red to shot?
Yeah.
That'd be a dagger.
Yeah, I think there's definitely, I think it's definitely a possibility. I think there's only 2 shots here in my mind, and that's tap that red one up, or you come right around the red one and freeze to the back yellow. Both probably equally hard, but I think playing the high one probably gives you a little bit more flexibility as far as the angle you can tap it on and things like that, and I think if you try to go after the back one and you just are like 1 foot heavy, you just hit and flop off, and that's no good. So
they just took a hair more ice, and based on the broom placement, I would say the promote is likely the call.
yeah, I think you're right.
Huge shot here for Kaitlyn Laws.
Yeah. She'll be close, I think.
A little in out there. It went out just a touch off the release. We're on it, moving it in, just trying to guide it on down. Where is it going to go? Make the tap. Going to hit the shot stone.
Ooh.
And it is still Reese Hansen sitting 2, I believe.
You're right. But from a Kaitlyn Law's point of view, 2 is okay. I don't think you were, as I said, started out this end, you're hoping to force her to 1. 2 certainly not the end of the world. Down 1 with the hammer, certainly not a bad situation. But
oh, for sure. So they're going to try the extreme in-turn draw.
Yeah.
To try to catch a piece of the button to score 3.
It's probably there, Dave. It's just really, really hard, obviously.
And especially since all the play has been on the other side of the sheet.
Yeah.
For the last, after some discussions, last 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So the weight, you certainly don't know what it is. Final stone in the 7th. Sitting with 2. Trying to tack on a 3rd. And, it did frost up. It's light all day. It'll be 2 for Taylor Reese Hansen. They have a 5-4 advantage. As we come home in 8, we'll be back right after this. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next curling stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Holman, Moe, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandSlamofCurling.com. Let's rock!
And we're back here, the final end. So it's a 4-3 advantage for Kaitlyn Laws over Taylor Reese Hansen. So happy you could join us here for our opening event of the season here on Curling Stadium with our live commentary. Dave Schmel along with Jim Nix, and thank you so much for joining us. We value every one of you who join us. Thank you so much for watching all the time. You don't know how much it means to us. It really does. So you saw Laws there, and now we have some work to do here. And of course, the 7th was scored, so it's actually 5-3. So our scoreboard took a moment to update there. I was too busy thanking our loyal fans.
So it's what is the score? 5-4 for Reese Hunter, right?
5-4, yeah. 5-4, yeah. So Laws with hammer here in end number 8. Our scoreboard has decided to take a nap. It's tired. It's tired for everybody.
Yeah.
It is currently 11:19 in Edmonton. 1:19 on the East Coast.
2:19 here.
So we are burning the midnight oil for you. So do us a favor, please like and subscribe. That's the least you can do at this point.
Yeah.
So we see the high guard up and the draw to the top 4.
It's kind of interesting, Dave. This is sort of the way most ends. It seemed to, thinking back to last year a little bit, almost every end kind of went this way, where you get the center guard go up the corner, go up the center, come around, and then the guy or girl comes around the red corner in this case. So we saw it a lot, and it's actually not a setup that we've seen much today. I haven't really seen many ends go like this today. Maybe that's just a factor of the time of year or something. I don't know. Or time of the season. I don't know. Anyway.
Lots of nice come around there. Be a relatively difficult chase to make.
Yeah, this is always a challenging decision to how to play this last end when you are up one without. I always just say you just start this end with the intent that you have to steal it and go from there. And that may change later. You may have to adjust that, but it's difficult to approach it in any other way, I think.
No, I completely agree, Jim.
I don't know where that was supposed to be, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't it.
Agreed.
This is where for this team, it's with Selena not being in the house on a regular basis, although she was in a few spiels, but when Kaitlyn was having her second baby, I think it was, there were a number of spiels, probably 3 or 4 that Selena did skip and called the game. So it's not like it's new to her by any stretch, but you're not in there all the time. Sometimes it just takes you a little while to think it out. So, and you can see that by virtue of how many times we've had conferences and a couple of timeouts at boot too. So it's usually a sign the skip's not quite ready to take complete charge here. But anyway.
Well, I imagine it's a little bit of a delicate situation, because, you don't want to feel like you're stomping on the person who was calling the game.
No.
Because obviously you joined the team with them as a skip. You have a tremendous amount of respect for them.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
And I've been on teams where we've traded roles many, many times. And even during the course of a bonspiel, traded roles.
Yeah.
We never really changed our throwing order, but sometimes we just had a better feel for who was had better feel for the ice, better call for the lines and such.
Yeah.
And we would just kind of work with that and see what worked.
So a very nice guard there by Team Reese Hansen.
So, like I said, just like I want to take a siesta, our scoreboard has taken a touch of a siesta. It's 5-4 in favor of Reese Hansen at this point. It is Laws with the Hammer with the Redstones here in end number 8. Ooh. That run back just flashes by.
Yeah.
That's really unfortunate, especially with the leave. Because you throw one right there, that run back is going to be a lot tougher because you got to run that middle one now.
Yeah, that was, it's just one of those that's it's so close to making the double that you go for the double and then you don't quite make it. And now it's like a problem rock. So lots of red ones out there for the Laws team to work with, but none of them are nice little short run backs for sure. But Hansen doesn't have much choice here but to stay with the guard plan on this. For now, anyway.
So the guard is on the way from McVilvery. That's left in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to share with the class, Jim?
Just in here. Got a chance here though, Dave. I think you could run this into the what do you want to call crotch of the two reds there. If you wanted to do that, drives your red one back towards the yellow. You could be sitting pretty good when you're done. You can also go through that port. It's not huge, but you can certainly get through there.
That looks to be a good stone and a half wide.
Yeah. One, two, three. Pretty much has to make a play on this here, I think.
Yeah, I concur. So Slay and Negaven.
I've got half an end to go here pretty well, so it's got a little bit of time to make this all happen, but it's got enough weight. It's going to be okay. She can sneak it by that. Oh, well.
got by, but just kissed it and doesn't help the cause a whole lot.
No, rub both guards, but the only thing it does do is, well, obviously puts another one of your rocks in the house, but that may or may not be helpful at the end if you. I might be half thinking about whether or not I wanted to have another rock in there at this point. Could come through that port, the same shot they just played, basically. Get through the port, kind of come right down in between the yellow and the red. And have a really good number 2. I know your yellow might be open, or partially open, but scares me here is that if they do play one of the reds, you throw a higher guard here and they do play one of these reds back in, takes your yellow off the button, you're going to you got nowhere to get in pretty well. So going to make this one curl a little bit.
This is on the guard. It's not going to raise anything too much. Does kind of cover up the works a little bit, though.
Yeah, I think it made that shot really, really tough now to go through there. It might still be there, but man, it's really tough now.
No, I certainly feel like there's definitely a shot I would probably take it on.
Yeah, I don't know, Dave. I'm not sure that. I'm just trying to figure out whether or not, if there's something better that could open things up a little better for you, and it might be playing the double on those 2 high ones on the left-hand side, and the yellow goes back and hits one of those red ones, but that's irrelevant.
Yeah, there's a real possibility that opening up is a good thing, and even if I'm going to kill myself for saying this, God forbid you're forced to a single and go to an extra.
Yeah. Yeah. You owe us money if that happens. Oh, look at this.
Oh, there you go. You got past it. You get by. I told you it was there, Jim. You doubted me. Don't ever doubt me, brother.
That was a great shot. That was a really good shot.
Connor, let's see that again. Maybe. It's late for him, too.
Yeah.
So we ran out of quarters for the replay machine.
Connor's gone home. Yeah. We're going to have this view from now till the end of the game.
So the dig is certainly there. You can get right through that hole. That hole is bigger than it was before.
Yeah, the problem now is she got through and she actually got a little flop on to force you to go in turn here, which is going to be really tough. Stagger is not in your favor at all.
I mean, I think with a little bit of weight, don't you get over to the other red?
Oh, yeah, I think you do, yeah.
That'd be a very good outcome, I would think.
Yes, it would be a great outcome, yeah. Getting through that hole is a good outcome no matter what happens after that.
I have faith.
Because I think if you get through, I think making the double anyway, to be honest. I think you're going to be throwing this fairly hard, and if you do get through the hole, you should make the double. I just don't know for sure if your shooter's going to stay, but it's no good the way it is. I know that.
For sure, because if you're going to just play the tap back, you could probably do that with the other turn with a lot softer weight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long way out there. You could probably come around that outside yellow one even and get to the nose of that red, but...
Oh, for sure. You'd have to throw maybe a boardish weight, but that certainly is there. We've seen the ice move a lot. So Taylor Reese Hansen with her first of 2 here in the 8th.
Close. Real close. Oh, they didn't sweep it. Oh, man.
That is totally unfortunate, but I appreciate in the chat the up, down, left, right, BA, select start showing up. Thank you to a fellow Xennial or Gen Xer. Thank you so much for making me not feel too old.
Oh, my goodness. Holy.
So back here, though, because obviously this is interesting now. You have Team Laws sitting 4.
Yeah, that's enough.
That would indeed be enough.
The only thing for Hansen is that there's enough opportunity here that she should have a makeable shot. It may not be an easy shot, but a makeable shot on her last one to get out of this mess and get to that the very exciting extra end. That she might be able to do that. What time is it? 2:30. Okay.
Yeah, 2:30 for you, 1:30 for me.
Yeah.
So it's really the fourth hole is out the window. We'd call these things remotely, folks, in case you guys haven't figured this out by now.
Yeah. I laugh, but I remember the first game I did last year when I got to the club a day or two later and I had 4 or 5 people come and say, "Oh, we're going to Saskatchewan." Like, I wasn't in Saskatchewan. Like, anyway, had to explain it.
Oh, well, last season you forgot what city we were in because we were doing 2 spiels simultaneously.
Oh, yeah. 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 That's true.
So here's Kaitlyn Laws with her first. Just trying to make it tough on Taylor. I think that's mission accomplished.
Well, it is. I think you go out turn through the hole, though.
Oh, for sure.
And make it good. And you still might get out of this with a...
Don't say it.
One. Yeah. No, just giving up one. And then they think they just, after 2 o'clock at my time, I think they flip a coin for the winner. So that'd be good. Or have a soccer shootout or something. I don't know.
Also, in the criteria for our competitive league at my club, we have various tiebreakers, but the last one is to flip a coin, and if the coin were to land on its edge, it's a drinking contest between the skips.
Well, for me, thankfully, the thing would never end on the edge because I would lose that competition all the time. I would try, but I'd lose. Big shot here. This is one that Taylor Reese Hansen has made a lot today to basically draw to the button. So it's a little different when it's this point in the game, but at the same time, if she can throw it well, it could be a great shot.
Yeah, absolutely. All kidding aside, she's throwing a lot of these big ones, and she needs another one here with her final stone of the 8th end. Both brushers are trying to drag it. They're on and off, generally a really good sign. Push it over just a touch. Can he clear that guy? You do, but it's not enough weight.
Such a good try.
And it's Kaitlyn, and that's going to be Shakes. It's all done. It's all over. And that is a win for Team Laws over Taylor Reese Hansen. And Jim, it took us a while, but we got there.
Well, we did. Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of a triathlon or something in length, but it was we did get it. We got it done, and it was actually a good result. And actually, a lot of good shots and a pretty exciting game to watch. Really, just got a little too draggy in spots, but you know, it's early in the year. Everybody's still getting their minds working, so I'm sure they'll move it along a little better as we move through the spiel. So.
So that's all we have for this evening from the Saville Community Sports Center. From the Saville Shootout, we have more action all day tomorrow and on Sunday. Please join us here on Curling Stadium all weekend. We have every draw from every game. Please join us. We're so happy and thankful that you have joined us. So for Connor Sims on the production, my colleague Jim Nex, I'm Dave Schmel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a pleasant evening.
I really do think Connor's gone home or something.
I don't. And this is the part where Connor rolls the clothes.
I know. That's what I mean.
We're probably hot mic'd right now.
I know.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.